Hello, youth at Fellowship. I don't know about you, but I thought Mr. Sunshine, aka Judah, did a wonderful job with that message. And thank you for taking us through the Bible today. So we're going to talk a little bit about Jesus being the light of life, and he is who he says he is. But how can we live this out? And before we get into that, I just want to say that Jesus always meets us where we're at, but he never leaves us where he finds us. That makes sense? So there's a reason why we do these next steps. No matter what feels broken to you right now, where do you feel lost? Where do you feel like you're struggling right now? Jesus wants to meet you in that spot. He wants to meet you right there. But the even better part about that is that Jesus doesn't let us stay there, right? He wants us to walk in the light with him. And he doesn't leave us to do that alone. He gives us this amazing community that we have around us. And we want to walk with you. And that's why we talk about that together, so we can see how we can walk in the light together. So we talked about Jesus being the light of the world, and because he is the light of life, we don't have to walk in darkness anymore. But what does that darkness look like? So Judah showed us a little bit about what that can be. You know, you feel blind, you can't see where you're going, you're hurting yourself on stuff. And maybe for us, that means we feel blind. We're making decisions based on how we feel. Or maybe we're looking to social media to tell us who we are. Or maybe there's an area of your life where there's ways of living that you know don't line up with who God says you are and the way that God wants you to live. If that's you, I just want to encourage you to talk to your leader today about if you feel like you've been walking into darkness lately and you're not sure where you're going, or maybe there's been ways of living that you feel are hurting you. Talk to your leader today and just say, look, I'm in the darkness right now, and I want to know what it's like to walk in that light. And they'll help you to see what that can look like. And not only that, but Jesus shows us right here how we can walk in the light. This isn't just a book of history and random books put together. This is actually how Jesus shows us how we can walk in the light. You can see how much I need the light right here. I need Jesus to show me how to live. And by spending time in his word, maybe that's a devotional, a new version. Maybe that's going through a book of the Bible together with your leader, or maybe that's saying to someone in your small group, hey, do you want to read together? Jesus helps us how to live in the light, and that's a really good place to start. But the other thing I want to say is that when you're picking up that Bible, when you're picking up those words, are you reading them like a textbook? Do you believe that it shows you how to walk in the light of life? Do you believe that God can speak personally to you? Judah talked today about how we can believe what Jesus says because his words come from the Father, right? His Father is the source. God spoke through Jesus at that time, but God wants to speak to you personally. These aren't just words on a page. These are, again, the words of the light. And God can speak to you so personally if you open up that door. Maybe you feel so far away from that, and maybe you don't feel like that's possible for you right now. So if that's you, I want to encourage you to pray. And praying that's not just a general response, but that's talking to God and saying, hey, I don't get this. I don't get this, and I want to understand. And I promise you, he is faithful to help you. So if you feel like you're reading through these words and you're not getting it, and you want to hear what God wants to speak to you, ask him. Ask him, and I promise he is faithful to help you. And again, your leaders, your friends, we're right here to walk with you and help you to figure that out. Lastly, Judah talked about how Jesus is the Son of Man. The Son of Man has been given authority forever, and everyone can serve him. Are there Are there ways that you can serve? I know for a few of you, you're serving in Ignite and Livewire, and you're helping others to know who Jesus is, and that's amazing. Maybe talk to your leader today about practical ways you can serve. If you are serving, I want to encourage you and say that's amazing. If you're not and you want to check out what that looks like, talk to your leader about what that could be for you. It doesn't always have to be at the front, recording a video or teaching the Bible. It can be in music. It can be helping out with tech. It can be, we've got Christmas coming up. There's a whole bunch of ways you can help out. So if you wanna serve and help others to see the light of life, if you want to help others to see who Jesus is, talk to your leader today about what that could look like. I love you guys. I really pray that this message sits on your hearts. And I pray that Jesus speaks to you, and we'll see you next week.